Whoa, 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 yeah, we are in the place to be. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Good morning, everybody. It's Positive Tuesday today, February 2nd, 2021. For Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Ben Dryden, and you're watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by ICAA. ICAA is your local social service organization that works together with individuals, families, and the community to create and support local solutions for local needs. Their goal is to help remove barriers so people can access resources, education, and services to increase financial security. For a full list of services, find them on Facebook or check them out on their website at indianheadcaa.org. A quick programming note: next Tuesday, I believe Fitzy and I will be joined by the Spooner Health Director of Pharmacy, Tim Bassett, to get information and answer our questions and, of course, your questions regarding COVID vaccines. That's all I have. Fitzy, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good. Is that so? We'll get a lot more people to watch how they get their drugs next week.
Yep.
We should just promo it that way, and we'll just where do you get your good drugs, and how do you get good drugs?
All right, hold on, write it down. Get good drugs. Got it.
How to get good drugs with the pharmacist. Yeah. So the picture is great.
Well, I know we originally, I think it was Mike Schaefer that brought his name up when he was on last. I don't know when that was, a few weeks ago. And he was the one who brought up Tim Bassett, and we contacted him, and we decided to have him on because, yeah, holy cow, vaccines are now starting to roll out, right? And there's still a lot of questions, and there's a whole bunch of questions that I even have, and usually, we don't really prepare for any of this stuff. But I might actually have some questions for him next week.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's great, and yeah, I see you've got some fans talking about my haircut.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah, I'm
not
going
quite
for
as
the Ben
short.
Dryden look.
Yeah, this is my hair's, receding and going away, so might as well just get it over with.
We'll bring it up. We'll be the mask for Halloween 2021. Will be the Ben Dryden.
There you
We're
go.
bringing it. We're bringing it this year. Everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's how we do here,
Yeah. What's going on with you? I don't got much going on.
man. Well, I can tell you this. Yep, vehicles, they're really handy. And you don't really
Yeah?
notice it until you don't have one.
You don't got a vehicle?
Well, I had two vehicles. I had this old Mercury Grand Marquis, which we affectionately called a boat, and I sold that for a few $100 just to my son who lives in Rice Lake, Brady, because he was walking 2 hours a day to work at Pizza Hut, and it was an extra vehicle. I'm like, yeah, just go ahead. I don't really drive it. Well, now my Jeep, I guess these are common in older Jeeps, a 2000 Jeep Wrangler, and the control arm or something in the frame is rusting. Well, I don't really feel super comfortable driving it. I don't want my axle just to fall off and either I get injured or injured someone else. So I found someone, actually my brother Matt found them in Eau Claire that kind of specialize in this. So you can buy kits for it, and I don't know, they do something. So Larry Avery, I don't know if that was before your time. Larry Avery was the chief deputy in Washburn County, worked for Dad for years before Mike Richter became the chief deputy. But Larry retired, I don't know, 15 years ago. But he has a trailer, so I called him, and he came and picked it up. And then I realized I don't have a vehicle. So I'm just kind of walking everywhere, and thankfully I don't live that far from the studio here to home. But, man, bad time of the year to not have a vehicle, dude.
And taking the bus, are you? The
Yeah,
Spooner
we don't
bus?
have buses. My wife is the bus right now. She drops me off some places.
Well, don't walk this weekend. It's going to be cold this weekend. Really, really cold.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's what I heard.
so stay home Thursday or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, that is a very positive thing for me.
Yeah, that you plan on doing anyway. Oh,
Yeah.
good. A reason to stay home.
Right, right. All right, so new with you?
Nothing. We're just, still living the hockey playoffs start this week for my son, and so we're living the hockey world right now, and just going about it every day. We're doing a lot of prevention work. We talked a lot about our stats last time, and so we're trying to get back into the prevention mode and doing some proactive things, and just getting everything set here for 2021. We're already into February. So, COVID's been doing great. We can just give a little COVID update. I had a COVID meeting last night. We're over 3,000 people have been vaccinated in Barron County. So after this week, I think we'll hit 10% of the people in Barron County that will have been vaccinated. So 10% of the population will have the vaccination. Not a lot, but a lot more than I kind of thought, really, to be honest. We could go a lot faster. I understand that, but I think we're starting to see a buildup of the vaccination. So I see some positive things on the horizon for the vaccination. So I'm pretty excited about that. I see a lot of places and getting back to some normalcy. I see a lot of things happening, and businesses open back up and lobbies opening back up, and they're still being safe. You still got to wear masks. You still got to do all this stuff, but I can see it. The numbers are dropping. We had one case on Sunday, one case yesterday in Barron County. That's pretty big. That's some big numbers. That's some things to be real positive about. So I think, again, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but by no means stop doing what you're doing to protect yourself. But there's some light at the end of the tunnel here, and we're pretty excited about it. And, it's just been going really great. At COVID, the vaccination, I understand, isn't out as fast as we want it to be. But it's, like I said, we'll hit 10%, I think, by the end of this week, of 10% of the population of Barron County vaccinated.
Yeah, and that's actually something that I'm looking forward to. And we're kind of mapping out right now, because we do our daily COVID updates for the six county coverage area. And when do I stop doing that? And do I kind of transition? So now I'm putting in just some graphs about some local ones, because it's going to take a lot longer to actually go through and individualize and get all the numbers. So right now it's just the graphs, but do we kind of transition to something else? Do we start doing it just weekly? Do we still do daily? I'm not really sure, but hopefully soon. But here's going, to the theme of Positive Tuesday. This started, when was this, when we had that shutdown? Was that March or April of last year? March. And we just hit February. So in less than a year, we already have vaccines rolling out. And like you said, granted, they're not as fast as maybe everyone would want. But, man, we already have shots in people's arms in less than a year of something new. That's pretty incredible, right?
I think so. I mean, I think it's great. And I think, obviously a lot of people died through this. And but the other thing that came out during a COVID meeting is the number of flu deaths are down. And so I think that's from the mask wearing and the social distancing and washing our hands and these new things that we're doing. Maybe we'll learn from this to control the flu better. And so that has actually been a positive, again, in the number of flu deaths and all that other stuff that goes along with the flu, throughout the winter. So that's been another positive that came out of this, and some of the trends of cleaning things better and social distancing and all that fun stuff that we want to get back. And I see on the horizon, I see summer plans being planned out, and if we can get to this herd immunity, or however that definition is, I still see us having somewhat of a normal summer. So I'm pretty excited.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
that'd really be nice. Well, usually this is where we kind of go over any press releases that you've sent or any articles that I've written. That usually are crime or court stories from Barron, but we don't have any over the last week. So really, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? We have a clean slate. Anyone has any questions about any topic or anything at all, please put that in the comments, and we're more than happy to to talk about it. I don't think there's a whole lot of things that you and I won't talk about, which is probably good or bad. I'm not really sure which one, but this is bizarre. I don't have anything to actually get into. So, how about Barron County Sheriff's Office, or you in your capacity as sheriff? What have you been doing?
Well, the deer have been running. So we had 3 deer hits. In fact, last night we had 3 deer hits, one involving our squad car. So I have a squad car down, and so that's our second squad car.
We second one, right?
Well, because we had that pit maneuver last week. So we have one in the shop, one getting estimates as we speak. So the deer, a lot of deer hits last night, and I think it's the warm weather, and they must be able to tell it's going to get freezing cold on the weekend. So something to be aware of. The weekend is going to bring some very cold weather that we haven't seen. So it's going to feel really cold, because we're talking into the negative 10s and 20s for lows during the night. So, that's make sure you got gas in your car, blankets in your car, your extra cell phone charger, all that fun stuff that we always talk about that we haven't really had to talk about because it's 35 degrees and you wake up in the morning.
Right.
February 1st, it's 35 degrees and it's been really nice. But the weekend, Friday night into, through Monday, it's going to be pretty cold. We might see some snow on Thursday. Who knows about that, but it isn't going to be much. We can handle that. So, but the cold is going to be different. It's going to feel different this weekend. So, stock up for the Super Bowl. And I guess, that's what the plans are.
Yeah. So before we go a little further, here's a question from Brandon.
Oh.
Yeah. Very controversial topic, Fitzy. Super Bowl. It's already gone. But who do you guys think will win? So who do you have winning? Now, if I know you're not going to pick anybody because that's just you.
No.
You're just like, well, whoever wins, as long as they have fun, and I support both teams.
So all you Chief fans out there, no. Tom Brady's going to win. It's just, he always does, and he's going to show that he can do it with another team, and it's kind of interesting. But will Mahomes unthrone him? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be fun, and the Super Bowl is always a good time.
So you're going Buccaneers.
I'm going to go with the Buccaneers.
All right, then I'm going with the Chiefs.
All right.
And when I win, I don't know. We'll have to figure something out.
Okay. I'll give you a ride to work.
All right. What else is going on down there?
Man, there's not much going on. I mean, yesterday I had meetings. I've been going out to the Nature's Edge Therapy Center.
You've mentioned that before.
Yeah.
So, quick recap. What is that?
Well, that's an occupational therapy center. They use animals to help kids with, speech disorders, a lot of different things, some behavioral issues. So been going out there and helping out a couple times a week, and I think that's, I think it's been really cool. It's just amazing what they can do with a kid when they put them on an animal and how balance affects your speech and all this other stuff. So I think I've been awed by it, so I think I'm going to have the two ladies come on our show maybe the end of the month, maybe into March, and talk about what they do out there, just because I think that's kind of neat. They're a nonprofit. They work strictly on donations and support of the community, and they have 17 animals out there, and they do a lot of different things with a lot of different types of kids, from, like I said, speech to behavior to a lot of different things. So, when you go out there, what do you do when you go out there? You just observe? Really, no, I interact with this one kid that he didn't really like cops, and so and he's 7 and he didn't really had some behavioral issues, and so it was more of a security thing at first, and now it's turned into, where's the cop? Why isn't he here this week? Because I don't make it out every time, and so now it's kind of somewhat of maybe a reward system for him. Just an interaction with him, just create that positive spin for law enforcement with the kid. I mean, it's very tough to do it with, a single kid, but it's working. When I leave, there's another kid out there that really likes cops. So, I gave him a sticker one time. So just that little interaction with a couple different kids to turn them around, to maybe make their day a little bit more positive, or maybe make their parents' day a little bit more positive. But the parents are out there working with these kids. They do a lot with animals. I mean, this one horse came from Iceland. That's this horse that they have out there. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty unique operation that
we don't have horses around here.
Yeah, a special horse, man. It's a special horse.
It's an Iceland horse.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just, I don't know why it came from Iceland. Maybe that's a question we can ask them. I don't know. But they have a llama, and they have small horses and big horses, and I don't know my animals. I'm a city kid, so
I know my
I know my animals. I have that spinning wheel thing, and it made the noise.
I don't know my animals. Oh, that's great. You're watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by ICAA. ICAA is your local social service organization that works together with individuals, families, and the community to create and support local solutions for local needs. Their goal is to help remove barriers so people can access resources, education, and services to increase financial security. For a full list of services, find them on Facebook or check them out on their website at indianheadcaa.org. So how often do you go out there?
A couple times a week for an hour. It depends on if it fits into my schedule. If I don't have a meeting or something, I run out there, and
Sure.
it's just no different than I would go to the school and give a speech if a teacher called and asked. And I did a careers class last week in Cameron, and I've done a drug talk in Rice Lake, and so go out there and do a little bit, just a little bit of PR or a little bit of public relations, or get to know a cop and have people ask questions like we allow people to do here. So
Yeah. And here's a question right now from Casey. My fancy is a new
yep,
graduate of the Barron County Drug Court program, and we are curious on the current statistics of meth use in Barron County compared to last year. Do you have that?
I do have that. In fact,
Fantastic. Good question,
yeah.
Casey.
Well, first of all, congratulations to Nick. He worked really hard through our drug court program. So,
Oh, good.
great job, Nick, and keep it up. And we'll continue to be here to support you. And I think that's cool that the family support that has, because that can kind of blow up when you're on methamphetamine. And I think that's really cool that there's a lot of family support there for Nick, and that's what it takes to do this. And we're going to run a new radio ad talking about our alcohol and drug statistics are the only ones that go up in 2020. But our meth cases in 2020 went from, man,
I should have some Jeopardy music or something.
yeah, it went from up 25 total drug cases in 2000. So not a ton, but we went up to 147 drug cases in Barron County in 2020. That's just our drug unit. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's our drug investigations,
Sure.
possession
So
of meth.
real quick, if you pull someone over speeding and they
Yep.
have meth, would that fall into that category? Because that's not really a drug investigation.
This is strictly a drug unit. Their delivery of meth cases went up from 16 in 2019 to 42. So we've had a lot of delivery of meth cases in 2020, and 2021 hasn't started off any easier for our drug unit. They've been super busy doing some drug stuff. So,
Okay.
So continue to battle this, the drugs. That's the number one issue that we deal with on a daily basis. So, and we've got to get back in that prevention mode, and that's why I'll give a talk anywhere, any day, any time of the day, night or day, to anybody that wants to listen about drugs and how a community can help do that. So
Okay.
can't give up, and we're not going to give up, and we're going to keep the fight up.
Maybe we should do a show on that at some point. In March, April.
Yeah.
Maybe someone a guest and get into that a little bit more. Stacy had a question. How was Jami Kloss doing? Obviously, you're far removed from the investigation and that result, and I don't know if you still have conversations with she or the family. But to your knowledge, I mean, I don't know. How's she doing?
I think she's doing great, and she's just being a regular kid, and that's the way we want it. And I think that support is still very important, and the thoughts and well wishes I know they feel from a family standpoint. And we're 2 years beyond that, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, that'll be the highlight of my career, I hope. And we have nothing like that ever happen again. But we have a team here ready to go and to make that happen if something bad were to happen. But the partners, we're actually working with our partners, the State Patrol, the DNR, the DCI, FBI. We're kind of making a mural here at the sheriff's office and into a room we created that ended up being a new workroom for us, that kind of a remembrance for all the partners that came together to work on that case. And so I'm working on that as we speak. Actually, that's something I'm doing, just trying to do some little things around the office before it gets really busy this summer.
Yeah, well, busy this summer. So summer, is that true? Right? So crime goes up in the summertime?
No, but I have a prediction, I guess, that I think our summer was going to be overly busy because people didn't have last summer. And I don't think people are going to give up another summer. They're going to want to continue to traditions on the lakes and the roads and the trails and the festivals. And I think if the festivals, and right now the festivals are, the planning a comeback, I don't think people are going to skip the fair and the hot dogs and the cotton candy and all that again. So I think you'll see those festivals and those events that people have and those nonprofit things that you have to raise money. I think they're going to do very good in 2021, as long as we can all meet safely and, in the correct way. I think golf courses will have another big year. I see a lot of golf tournaments coming back, and people aren't going to skip them this year. They
Yeah.
took the year off. They did that, but I'm predicting a very busy summer.
Mm.
So we're kind of gearing up and getting ready here so that we're ready to go for the summer. I mean, we are obviously, if something were to happen tomorrow, we can go, but so we're doing some little things that need to get taken care of so that we can move on to a busy summer. So that's my prediction. As long as obviously COVID continues to go away, and we'll have a ribbon cutting hopefully in June that says COVID's gone, and we'll cut a ribbon and we'll move on for
Sure.
summer.
We should do that virtually.
Okay.
You said something about a radio ad. So you guys are paying to advertise something. Why in the world is nobody contacting me?
Well, it was a radio ad came out through
Okay.
not through the sheriff's department, through a coalition. So,
All right.
but well, you do radio ads?
No, but we do ads, jeepers.
How am I supposed to do an ad? Explain that to me. Explain how does Dryden Wire work? Let's tell the world how Dryden Wire works.
Well, it's free, and it is supported on basically just one thing, and that is our local advertisers. Right. And we throw in some Google ads, but we're actually scaling back on that. We're testing out different things because they just annoy the snot out of me. And even though that's revenue and that's nice, because it's not cheap to actually do all this stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to start looking into maybe a potential donation spot, which I think we just started testing out last night, just for people that we've had a few people say, is there a way that I can just donate because thank you for this? And we really didn't. So no, it's a terrible business model. I'm telling you, it's horrible.
That's why you're walking to work.
Exactly. I can't go and get a nice car. Yeah. But one thing, actually, let me ask you about this. One of our projects, because this is like project time of the year for us, we spent a couple of months doing it, is we're looking into an app. That is our most requested thing to have. Now, part of that is because, at least for our side, why we're interested is because Facebook. Now, Facebook is Facebook, and social media is social media. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. A lot of our success has come driven, and our traffic is driven directly from Facebook, and it is a wonderful place. We're literally doing a show right now live on Facebook. So, right. Yeah, there's always room for that. There's always a need for that. But we're looking into, we'll probably always use Facebook, but transitioning a little bit and having it more focused on the website and the app when we create one. However, apps aren't cheap, not only just to make, but also to maintain. I'm sure you get notifications on your phone, and people that are watching, you probably get these updates for all these apps. Every time you go to look for updates, it's all right, this app needs to be updated. So there's a lot of maintenance that goes with it. So for you, it'd be like getting a new jail or a larger jail. And that's just the initial cost. Then it's now you got to have, more jailers, and now you have to, it's more heat and more electricity. There's a lot of expenses that go with it. But looking at just the initial cost, which we're working on it now, is we're looking at like $5 to $10,000, somewhere in there. We'll have that narrowed down by the end of the week. Well, we really don't have that sitting around. So we're thinking about doing possibly some crowdsourcing, whether it's a Kickstarter or it's people can donate. And then if we do that, I don't know, does somebody want something for that? What would you recommend? Like, put in $20, you get a shirt or something. Or no? What do you think?
I've never thought about it. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, you hear about it all the time. And so, just I want to get in the ground floor. I want in. And so I want my shirt.
Right. No, so if you were going to give $20 or 30, would it be just us? Oh, I'm just trying to help them out, and that'd be nice to have an app so I get a notification. I have to go to Facebook all the time. Or is it? Yeah, I would if I get a cup, right, or a hat or a shirt. Is that a thing? Do people want that?
Definitely. People want something for their donation, or they want a shout out, or maybe you could do. Anybody that does that, they get a shout out on the app or on your site. Happy birthday to whoever, so okay. You can pick one, or, so I don't know. There's a lot better, smarter people out there that may be listening to our show. So maybe put it out there as your question of the week, and try to do that. But no, I think people would like to have something for their donation. Especially they're going to consider you their business, and people don't just wander to Walmart and say, Walmart, you've done a really good job. Here's $30.
Right. Yeah.
Without anything in the back. So, but or people can donate and, you'll run an ad for their nonprofit or something like that. So
Sure.
that way you're getting the money, but you're going to promote a nonprofit event for somebody. If they give, $100, you'll promote a nonprofit event for them or something like that.
Sure.
So you've got some airwaves to do that, and working, with the radio station a lot. And Tom Kozier's a good friend of mine, and we talk a lot about stuff, and he runs a lot of, our Celebrity Golf Classic and things like that. But, it's always trading back and forth. So you've got some, some real estate that you can trade for some cash, and that works out to your benefit. So I
That's
think
good.
probably something like that.
I like that idea. I'm gonna have to go back. I was starting to write some of them down, but I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this and take more notes. That's a good idea because we know we're going to have an app. The question is just when. It could be in 2 months and it could be in 2 years. We just got to figure out the initial cost first. Like we can handle the maintenance of it, but the initial cost. If it's just us, it's going to take us a little while to save that. But I don't know. Would you you go to Dryden Wire? I'm sure. Every once in a while, and I don't know how you know, because like right now, if I put up a story right now, the only way that you know about that we just published something is if you just go to the website randomly, or you see it on our Facebook page, and that's what we want to get away from. Is we want to just be able to notify someone that there is a new post, and that's the only way I can think to do it effectively. Since 75% of our users use mobile anyway, it just seems to kind of make sense. So. All right, what else is going on? Oh, do we have any questions down here?
Good question.
Do you have a form where people can speak about alcohol and drug abuse that they have experienced that has impacted their lives? Kind of like where a person has therapy where they listen to other people share their ideas. I think that's questions for you.
Right. Yeah, and we have, when we used to have our meth town halls, we used to bring some people in recovery in. That is a goal. It was a goal in 2020, and we had a big meeting planned in April with all the hospitals in the area were sponsors. And now I can get Mike Schaefer in. He's got some money in his pocket. We can have him sponsor too. So we had all the local hospitals in Barron County to be a sponsor, and we were bringing 10 people from the recovery world in to talk to doctors and administrators and to tell them what we're doing wrong, because obviously I don't know what a meth addict needs for support. I can think I do, but I really don't know. So we were bringing these people in recovery in to tell these doctors and some administrators and some other people, hey, you're doing it wrong, or whatever it is. So we still have that on the horizon. As soon as we can get back to it, we're going to launch that, because that's exactly right. We don't have a good forum for people to tell us what we're doing right or wrong. And those people always don't reach out on Facebook or wherever. And so that's why we try to go to different places, or I try to go to different places to try to get that feel for what we need to do right or wrong or change.
Yeah. Before we go to that, one went, but it looks like Dad commented. He said he'll donate $20 for Chris to get a haircut. He just got a haircut, but he wants it to be like his and mine, which is basically just shaved. So how about that? Would you, because I can't like shave my head further. I use a Bic on it. So if I hit a certain number, if we hit, like a targeted like 5,000 or something, would you be interested or open to the idea of shaving your head? Even though you don't get anything out of this, it's for Dryden Wire, but still, I think a lot of people would donate just for that.
Oh boy, now you're putting me on the spot.
Well, wow. Think about it.
I'm losing you. I'm in a tunnel. My connection is going bad. I don't
know. Sure. I put something up a little earlier, and then I think it went away. I have to figure out how to not have it automatically go away. There it is.
This is our first time on this show, so.
Yeah. Do you see that up there on the screen there, Fitzy?
We touched our current messages in Barron County just a little bit ago. Could you please mention and speak on recovery resources that exist in Barron County and surrounding areas? Thanks for that, and Liz has been part of our programs, and she's been part of our Citizens Academy, which we want to get back to again. And so we do have a recovery program in the jail called Restore. We're starting to bring that back. A lot of it with COVID, a lot of programming had to stop in the jail. We couldn't allow people in the jail. We're bringing back some virtual programming in our jail. I think we have the most progressive and aggressive jail programming in the state of Wisconsin for recovery and trying to help people so they don't come back. Doesn't always work, but we have that ability and the resource available. That's why, again, congratulations to Nick and his family for continuing to support him, because that's usually you've burned the family so many times that they kind of give up.
Yeah.
And so we want to create this new atmosphere for people. And so we have a restart program that's very aggressive. I think in our jail, we're going to bring that back very shortly. We're in the process of bringing that back through area churches. We're bringing back our religious programs in our jail, and some other things. We'll bring back some more programming in the jail as our technology advances here.
Sure.
But recovery is really poor in Barron County. We don't have a good resource, so we're working on those. We have some. If you call Barron County Public Health, they can help you today. Doesn't mean you're going to go to inpatient therapy tomorrow to help you get rid of meth, but there's some services available. I talk to DHS Director Stacy Frolick all the time about this, and they have some people available that if you called today and said, I need help with my drug problem, they will get you some help. Maybe not the help you exactly wanted, like I said, to send you to inpatient treatment, but we have some services available. But it takes the community, and we need to keep supporting people, and we need to rent to people even though they've had a meth conviction. We need to give them a job even though they've had a meth conviction. We need to give them a chance. So second chances are a big thing, and we need to do a good job at that. We're going into that from our criminal justice model with our criminal justice collaborating committee, talking about how do we make the system better and whole. And we're working on putting somebody in the recovery field on that committee, so that they can talk to a judge and a DA and the sheriff and the human services director, because again, we think we know, we just might not know, or might not be doing it exactly right. Or if we did housing first or job first or transportation, I mean, you talked about it. There's your car's getting fixed. Now just think if you didn't have a car and you had to get to an appointment for your meth addiction. Well, if it's cold out, you're just like, I'm not going today. I'm too cold. So it all comes back down to transportation. We work with a lot of different people. I know the Benjamin House and Link Ford, they did a bunch of work on people's cars from the homeless shelter, and all of our dealerships do all they can to help out around here with our nonprofits. But that's what I mean when it takes the community to do this and supporting that. Sorry.
Another drug bust. I just hang up. Who cares? Someone else will get it.
Probably a sales call, and then we'll end up buying stickers.
Yeah.
So, nice. I'm a sucker for that stuff. And if I get a Drydenmeyer mug, I'd probably get $20 too.
Oh, Drydenmeyer mug. Okay, and a haircut. Yeah, I quickly want to say thank you to Enliven Med Spa, which is actually in Rice Lake. I think it's right on the lake there. They are our newest advertiser. They have agreed to a year, because we get like 70 to 85% off advertising when you agree to a year. They just signed up, so I just want to give a quick shout out and say thank you to Enliven Med Spa. What's that?
Have you ever been there?
No, and actually I was looking at their website, and I don't know what half those things are. Like, first of all, they do things like Botox and this and teeth. I mean, all these things, but like I had to Google like half those words.
Huh. I know I have never been there. I think my wife and daughter have, but they have these cocoon pods or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I want to try that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe if we mention them again, since we already just did on the next show, they'll give us like a free whatever.
I can't take free stuff, but
that's right, you can't.
Yeah, I know, it's not good. That's why I have to give $20 for the mug. So. But they're a business that does support a lot of nonprofits. I know they give, and again, all of these places keep giving to these nonprofits. Even through the pandemic, they've given, and I think that's great. And I think that's, I think Dryden Wire. Obviously, I'm biased to that, but because I think you do a good job of getting the news out to people, and I know sometimes people are critical of that.
What?
But I know. What? There's not critical people in the world. Not on Tuesdays.
No, not on Tuesdays. But all the other days, I just remind them who's in charge.
Right.
I'm in charge.
But I think it's important that we continue to support these local small businesses, and that's just another one that's done good in the community.
I agree. All right, man. Anything else going on? That's I don't see any other questions. Oh, there's a grant writing for landlords. Oh, I can't read. I got to put it on the screen.
Yeah. Grant writing for landlords reference short-term financial security blanket to high-risk tenants. Agree with that. Is there grants out there? Not right now, but it's something to think about. But that's they take on those high risk people and then they fault, and then the landlord's stuck. So with the landlords, when there isn't a lot of places to rent, they can be picky and choose to who they want to rent to, and why would you take the high risk when you have the guarantee? And so that's again creates this circle of problems. So now I'm a person trying to recover from meth, and no one will rent to me, or the rent's too high because no one will hire me. So now I go sleep on the couch of my dealer again, and then I start using again. And that's this couch surfing that we talk about. And again, it's, we're not probably using the right words. Don't quote me on any of this, but that's the real circle of life. That's the circle of meth in Barron County and Washburn County. We've got to put a stop to that. It's just really tough to do without the recovery things, but we're working on it. It's a priority for Human Services and the Sheriff's Department and the community as a whole. I mean, it's been the number one problem for 5 to 10 years. We're doing a pretty good job of it, I think, in Northwest Wisconsin. We work with our area hospitals a lot on that, but we'll continue to take these ideas like that and run with them and do what we can. But we've had landlords at our meth meetings and different things like that. So I think it's good. Everybody just, keep those ideas coming, whether it's for this or anything. That's what it is about. Positive Tuesdays are about us. Making the little things, and the little things make a big difference.
Yeah. And words matter. And if you're looking to hire someone for something, my dad's got plenty of time on his hands. I'm not kidding. He's got lots of time.
Well, there you go. Maybe you should start volunteering.
Yeah, exactly.
Animal
All right,
shelter, wherever. So.
Yeah. Anything else you have?
No, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll continue to battle on.
All right. Thanks, brother. We'll see you next Tuesday, huh?
Next Tuesday, we got a guest.
For Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald, I'm Ben Dryden, and you've been watching Positive Tuesday with Ben and Fitzy, presented by ICAA. Oh, Dad. ICAA is your local social service organization that works together with individuals, families, and the community to create and support local solutions for local needs. Their goal is to help remove barriers so people can access resources, education, and services to increase financial security. For a full list of services, find them on Facebook or check them out on their website at indianheadcaa.org. Thank you for watching, and until next week, stay safe, keep your social distance, and as always, have a blessed day.